Hi guys, and welcome to another Dollar Tree DIY. Today I'm going to be making 3 different lanterns using these picture frames that I had picked up. So I picked up a 4x6, 4 of them. Then I picked up 5x7, 4 of them. And then the super long ones are 4x6, 3 frames of little 4x6. So I'm not quite sure what the size of the actual frame is. And then I also have these sticks they're actually for s'mores. And then I also have the little bamboo skewers that I'm going to be using. And you will need some paint and some hot glue. The paints that I will be using are black, brown, white, and cream colored. I'm going to be layering paint, but this time I'm layering acrylic paint, not chalk paint. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take these apart, remove all the plastic off and then the backing off, because I will not be using any of that stuff. I am just using the frame.
We climbed up, get over the hillside, so right, we stood there all wide-eyed, you and I, floating on air in my mind. No going back. I
wanted to show you the back. I will be removing obviously the cardboard part and the little things that bend in. I will be using, you can use pliers. I didn't have pliers on hand, so I just used my wire cutters and they work just as good. But I will also be saving that cardboard for future projects, as well as the glass. And then the little metal pieces that you hang, I will be keeping those as well, because you never know when you might need them to hang stuff up. So the total cost per lantern was, well, if you're in US, $4. If you're in Canada, it will cost you $5, because our Dollar Tree charges $1.25. All the other supplies I've had on hand, and I'm sure you can find most of the supplies laying around in your home as well. I love creating these lanterns because I love lanterns and decorating with them, and I will actually be sharing a decorate with me video on my home channel on Monday, so stay tuned for that. So once I had removed everything, I am measuring out my s'mores stick. I am using the s'more sticks for the larger frames because the other ones weren't long enough, and I cut them to size, and then I make sure that they go straight in the middle by again measuring. And the middle sticks I just measure and cut into 2 pieces, and again I just measure the sides as well, just to make sure that they are right in the middle. And then I use a hot glue gun to glue them on. So guys, we've been having such cold weather. I cannot wait for the spring to come, and I can actually maybe open my windows, air out. Currently all of my windows are frozen, and I can't open them at all upstairs in my bedroom or anything, and both dogs sleep in our bed, and I always feel like it's so stuffy. They don't sleep in our bed, they sleep in our bedroom, but I feel that our bedroom's so stuffy because there's 4 persons or sleeping in the room. I can't believe I just called my dogs people, but they are my people. So how is the temperature where you guys are at? Is the spring looking like spring almost, or is it still really cold? We've had minus 26 this week, so it is warmer today, but it's still, I think, minus 13 or minus 16 this morning. Repeat the same process for the rest of them. And once they were all assembled, I put the lantern together by gluing it together, and just make sure that I am putting the inside of the frames facing each other and the outside of the frames to be on the outside. And I'm just using the little clamps to hold it all in place. I repeat the same process for the rest of the frames, but this time for the smaller frames I am using the bamboo skewers because they are shorter and they fit a little bit better on the smaller frames. So once all the frames were finished and the lanterns were assembled, I move on to painting the frames. Like I said, I use cream, brown, black, and white, and I am just layering it, starting with cream, doing a light coat, and then I'll move on to brown, and then I finish off with white. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, welcome. My name is Sonja, and this is my DIY channel where I share lots of different types of DIYs, from furniture upcycling, trash and treasure makeovers, and dollar store DIYs. They're all home decor style DIYs, so I hope you are going to consider subscribing and joining my YouTube family. At this time I post at least 3 times a week, so there's lots of ideas for you to choose from. And if you want to go even further, I have a home channel and a cooking channel where they're pretty self-explanatory, and I post there twice a week as well. So here it is, all painted, and I have actually now decided to add the top for it. I wasn't going to do this, but I felt like it needed something else. And I had these chipboard squares from Dollarama. And now these only fit on the smallest one, so I used it for the smallest one. Stay tuned to see what I use for the larger ones. And I had glued it to the top of the lantern. So to add a bit more decorations to the lantern, I went ahead and got these lids. I've had these boxes left over from Christmas, and I just had glued the lid on top. And then on top of the lid, I had a couple pieces of stacking blocks left, and the ones that I'm using for the smallest lantern, I have cut in half, so I'm using 2 halves for that. And I had glued them to the top as well. And now it's time to paint it. I started off with the brown, but then I felt like I needed to go a little darker, so I followed with black. And then I went back with brown again. And then I followed kind of the same step of layering the paint like I did on the bottom of the lantern. So I ended up using a sponge brush to sponge on and a little brush to get into crevices. As you can see, the little square doesn't fit, so I have decided to use a piece of scrap cardboard that I've had laying around, and I just measured it, traced it on the lantern onto the cardboard with a pencil and cut it out, and that worked out really good. And then I followed the same step as for the smaller lantern, except the little stacking blocks, I am using the two full pieces instead of half pieces. So now I have decided to actually just blend all the paints together and sponge them on. This actually worked out a little bit easier and a little bit faster than the last process where I was layering paint, and the look ended up being the same. So here they are. I think they turned out absolutely stunning. I think they're gonna look great in my decor, and I can't wait to decorate them and share them with you. So I want to thank you all for stopping by and watching this video. If you loved it, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you all in my next video.